Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Aila Anissa Rahmat with student identification number 242122111080 from class C. So in this video, I'm gonna do a presentation for my mid project, and the topic that I choose is personal development. So let's get started. There are three podcasts that I have listened. The first is becoming aware and controlling our emotions by It's Your World. The second is In My Saying No Era, how to stop people pleasing and start prioritizing yourself from For Better Days. And the last is self control and discipline are good and will change your life by taking back your power. And all of these podcasts are from Spotify. So I will explain it one by one. The first is becoming aware and controlling our emotions by It's Your World. So, the host, Julia Hawkins, talked about the importance of managing our emotions for personal well being. She said that there are three ways to regulate our emotions. The first is pause before we act. It means that when we are mad, we could say something might harmful to someone that will make we regret it later, and we could do it by counting until 5 before reacting, and it gives our brains to cool off. And the second is reframe our thoughts before assume the worst. And the last is move our bodies. It can be by going on a walk, or maybe just a stretch, or just taking deep breaths. And she also talks about the importance of emotional resilience. Uh, Emotional resilience is the ability to adapt and bounce back distress, anxiety, challenges, or frustrations instead of letting them take over us for days. There are two simple habits for emotional resilience. First, do daily emotional check. It can be asking ourselves like, what are we feeling today? And the second is self-compassion, and the last is practice gratitude. Next podcast is In My Saying No Era, how to stop people pleasing and start prioritizing yourself from For Better Days. The host, Kara Callahan, talks about tips how to stop people pleasing and start prioritizing yourself. Saying no is not about rejecting people, but it's about respecting ourselves. And there are a lot of benefits that of saying no. The first one is, of course, respecting boundaries, and next is it can be unlocking our potentials. Nah, when we stop saying yes to something that drains us, it creates space for us for self-growth. This is self-control and discipline are good and will change your life by taking back your power. The host, Isabel Palacios, talks about the importance of discipline for personal growth. And the host used to think that discipline is something that difficult to do and had to suffer on, but actually it's important for our future self. A common barrier to success is making excuses. She also shares personal experience of how to overcome the excuses by committing to daily habits such as daily walk. My favorite podcast is Becoming Aware and Controlling Our Emotions by It's Your World. It because this topic is related to me. I mean, all of these podcasts are related to me, but this one is the most related. Yeah, it's because I always struggle to manage how my emotions, and I always confuse about tips how to manage it. And yeah, the host gives me the tips. Next, for the new vocabularies I got, there are three. The first one is resilience. It's from the emotional resilience, but actually, it's the first time I heard of word resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. The second one is holistic. Holistic is dealing with the whole of something, not just a part. And the last is brain fog. Brain fog is confusion, forgetfulness, and lack of focus. Yeah, the next is reflections. My reflections. After listening to this podcast, I realized that understanding our emotions, setting boundaries, and practice self-discipline are all connected, and the skills are essential for personal growth. And by being aware of our feelings, we can stop trying to pleasing everyone and start focusing and prioritizing our own needs. Also, having self-control leads us to a better life and more a meaningful life. So, I think that's all from me. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.